Hello, beautiful Pisces souls, and welcome to your June 2025 tarot forecast. This is your psychic advisor, Micah, and we are going to be looking at how to amplify the clarity and add some guidance to your month of June in this part of your journey. The month of June is a time period that I highly associate with um, feeling connected to your family and other people, like your classmates and people you used to work with, or not really the people that you used to work with, more so like the people you used to go to school with, people the same height as you, like I guess if you're like a wrestler or something, like people in your weight class. Um, and that's how I see June. So grab a beverage, sit back and relax because I'm going to be talking for a little bit. And the first thing I want to look at is the energies that Pisces is walking away from. And then we're going to talk about Pisces self-esteem, money, your family and your environment, like I said, or like your weight class or whatever, your Gemini energies, your feelings, your obstacles, how you intend to overcome said obstacles, what you're attracting, what you really want, wish, and desire. And then sometimes, like the Scorpion house, or even like in the Celtic cross, the position that represents. So there's this one position in the Celtic cross that I never really understood, where it was like your greatest fear and desire. So, I mean, I guess like as a Pisces, as somebody who faces a lot of my fears, or as a person who goes after a lot of my wishes and dreams, for some people, like their greatest wish or desire might be to be a cast member on Saturday Night Live. And then, that positioning, that Scorpio positioning of greatest fear and wish is that you get the opportunity and then you get in front of Lauren Michaels and then you blow it, or you see somebody else getting it and then that great desire becomes a fear. I've also seen it as like what you're in unconditional alignment with. So it could be like a really good audition for a role. It could be a marriage or relationship to a person. Like you might be having dreams that you're. I keep thinking about Surreal Life, Adrian Curry, Peter Brady, whichever Brady Bunch guy she was dating, and Flavor Flav. Like I was doing those natal chart videos, and like Flavor Flav energy came through so strong. Um, so what are we talking about? Um, oh yeah. So you might have a dream or something that you're like getting married to like your childhood crush, like your childhood celebrity crush, like Tyra Banks or somebody from that was on TV in 2006. And you're like, oh my god, like Tyra Banks is never gonna love me, like I'm fat, or I can't do a smoky eye, I'm not good at makeup, like what is she gonna think about this and this and that, and like one of my pants have a hole in it, like Tyra's gonna hate that, but so that's also what I talk about too, where it's like, okay, you're in unconditional alignment. You've been having dreams that Tyra Banks is gonna reach out to you and take you on a date. If you're looking like a bum and a slob, maybe she has a quick thing for bums and slobs. Um, if you're looking dressed to the nines and pretty and perfect, then you just have to assume that that's what she's after because that's what you've been either manifesting or your dreams have been showing you. I don't know if you've exactly been dreaming of Tyra Banks or anything like that, but that's just kind of what comes to my head. Like early 2000s celebrity crush. And unconditional alignment. So, if you have a dream, you have a dream, you're going to be, dating Tyra Banks, and then, you talk to a tarot reader or a psychic to get like some type of confirmation or dream interpretation about that dream. And you're like, okay, cool, like awesome, bet, like I don't really have to worry. But what do you do leading up into that point? Like it's almost like getting married or graduating from college. It's like, okay, I did a tarot reading. I see that I'm going to graduate. Cool. I can take care of myself and love myself so that when, I'm on my graduation day and I'm taking my photo or my wedding day or my first date with Tyra Banks, I'll be looking good. Or you can, depending on your mentality, you can be like, okay, well, I'm about to get married to Tyra Banks. I'm about to get so fat, like, I'm not taking care of myself anymore. I'm already assured that I'm graduating from college. I'm already assured X, Y, and Z. I'm just not really going to take care of myself that much. And then so when you get there to the point of unconditional alignment, like, you taking home the gold, standing on the podium, graduating, at the top of your class, what are you gonna look like? You know what I mean? So that's all up to you. And that's sort of like the Nine of Cups versus the Nine of Cups reversed, which I don't see in this reading, but it's like getting this getting this like golden opportunity to meet somebody or to do something, and like I don't know, like you really want to meet Emily Blunt, and then you meet her, and you have a stain on your shirt, and it's like you just should have like wore a clean shirt that day. You should wear a clean shirt every day. Stuff like that. And okay, so the energy that you're walking away from is that of the Knight of Wands, which like you might have found yourself in a competition with a Sagittarius, or a Sagittarius could have been like competing with you or like hating you, hating on you, trying to hex you, spreading negative rumors about you. But I think they're like, it's like whatever they were talking about you has manifested in their life. So they're like, oh, he only wears two pairs of shoes. And then it's like, okay, now you only have one pair of shoes after the hurricane or the break in or whatever else happened. And I see that Pisces in the month of June, your self esteem is like, there could be a lot of people on your father's side of the family or like where your father lives, who are dealing with like suicidal ideation. Um, so that could be affecting just like the general amount of energies you have day to day, like waking up in the morning. In June, you might be trying to take some type of vacation, um, or go on some type of holiday, and you're kind of doing this thing where you're just like, I'm gonna ignore the money and I'm gonna focus on it when I get back. And I think it would be better to focus on it first, or to not go on any vacations that you can't afford. Just because you want to, like, maybe it's like an air sign or a Gemini's birthday or something, but just be aware of the reality of your finances. And that's the thing too about like reality and Pisces, and people saying that Pisces don't live in reality, because I think that Pisces are actually very grounded in the truth and the reality of their lives, but they don't tend to be very realistic about the lives of other people. So as I'm just like, oh, don't go to this Gemini's or Taurus's birthday party, you can't afford it. You probably can afford it. It's probably like more so, you can't afford these friendships because they are not toxic, I guess. Like I don't see the devil here, but they're just not your people. And you're ignoring the realities of their lives. So, they might have had like a lot of struggles, like dealing with immigration, or like drug addiction that they've overcome. So, they could all be like in AA, and you're like, oh, I still drink, I have self control. I'm not going to have more than 4 drinks tonight. And they're like, don't even mention alcohol to me. And yeah, and then so your weight class or your classmates or your comrades or whatever it is, the Two of Pentacles, or what you're speaking into existence. You could be like speaking very small amounts of money into existence. Like you could be only asking the universe for like 20 or $200 a day or at a time. And I guess you should be asking, like, it's like if you're trying to scale a business, you need to ask for what you need, not what you feel like the customer needs. Um, and that's my advice on that. Also, like I guess like manifesting working in the entertainment industry, or having that be um your like final solution to your financial woes, may not be the answer. But what is the answer, Tarot Bay? So I see that you very much in love with yourself. So like, you know what, you might go to the beach, you might buy like a new swimsuit or something, or go to a nudist colony. The obstacle is the full reverse. So your obstacle in this part of your journey in the month of June for Pisces, the full reverse. So you might like, your headphones might not work. You might be really missing a dog. Your dog might pass or run away. So just be aware of that and be prepared. What will help you get over these sad feelings? So the suicidal ideations from your father's side of the family, these financial woes that you're ignoring, or financial issues in other people's lives that you're ignoring. It's sort of like this thing where I personally feel like the economy is on fire. Like McDonald's doesn't serve salad, which I mean, who the hell is going to McDonald's for salad in the first place? But it's like McDonald's doesn't serve salad. Like, have you ever? I mean, I don't know what it's like in your city, but Uber is legal in my city. So have you just like take a look at a cab? You know what I mean? Like I see red top cabs, and there's this one brand called EnviroCab that was about to be like they're all like hybrids or something. So they're about to be like the best cab company in DC. And then Uber came around, and now literally every cab just looks like it's on bald brakes. They literally all look like just like the 1970s economy. Like I haven't seen a pristine, clean, freshly decaled cab in like 10, 15 years, you know? And then even like when cabs were becoming out of style, they were still pretty like defunct then too. But so maybe there's a tourist in your life who's like a taxi cab driver or is part of some industry that is going out like that of the taxi cab. Um, but what is supposed to help you is to avoid the King of Swords. So the King of Swords reversed, as I've in other readings, I've been saying like the Knight of Swords reversed is a good card. The Page of Swords reversed is a good card. The Queen of Swords reversed, I feel like it's someone who wants to have a misunderstanding with you. And the King of Swords reverse, I feel like it's someone who intentionally wants to have a fight with you. So like they'll say something that like literally gives you no other recourse or whatever, just to like just uses fighting words, you know. So how can Pisces prosper, attract abundance, um, live a good beautiful life in the month of June is to avoid people like the King of Swords reverse. I see it's like people who are already within a fight, so someone asking you to join a fight with them. So they're fighting somebody and they want you to join in on the fight, or they're trying to lure you into a fight and you just ignore them and don't play into it. And I see that what you're attracting is the Knight of Swords reverse. So, um, you could become aware of how someone was like talking badly about you or trying to fight you in the past and or working like actively working against you in the past, and it might make you angry when you become aware of it, but it's like not really an issue. And you could be having like a deeper, stronger relationship with somebody who's like a Gemini or an Aquarius. It could be a Libra too, but whatever. And then I mean, I see that a lot of people are hesitant to work with you, or you're hesitant to work with a lot of people because you have a desire to take from them. And that could be like intellectual property or physical property, and maybe they can sense that within your vibration. Or like, you know, if you're talking to someone on a dating app and you immediately roast them or don't give them the time of day, and you might regret it later, you know, like you could be talking to this guy, King of Swords, so we'll call him like King of Swords Stanley, and you're like, oh, that guy's like attractive, but like his picture looks funny or something. I'm gonna roast him, say something mean, and just walk away, you know, just for the sake of evil, and you know, and then you start to regret it. You're like, oh man, like he could have been a really good match for me. Why did I say that horrible joke, or you know, whatever it was. And you know, perhaps this reading or some other reading that you do will give you confirmation that that guy was no good to begin with, and that your want to roast him initially was your psychic intuition being like, no, roast this guy because he's like a jerk. And so that's what your wishes. And so maybe you just like want, maybe this is you, maybe you want to fight somebody in the month of June, maybe you want to see if your sexual partners, and you really want to travel, but you're very burnt out. So you might have been like traveling a lot already. So as I'm saying, like don't take this trip with this Gemini because you might have already taken several trips, or like you might have like some Sagittarius running you out to every bar every weekend, and then when this birthday party comes, you don't have the money to afford it. So I guess like just be aware of being friends with everybody. If you choose to be on the side of Sagittarius or Gemini in June 2025, it's like it's almost like a second presidential election, but maybe it's like a gubernatorial or senate or something. I don't know. And I started this video. I pulled up planetstoday.com because I was like, I refuse to not know when planets are in retrograde anymore. And now I guess I need to know when certain elections are happening. So that's another window to pull up. And I have planets today pulled up. There are a ton of planets like literally almost every planet is in retrograde. So I don't even know where to begin with that. And then maybe in my next video, I mean, I think it would be really good to do an early on, like I mean, we're already in June, but maybe I'll do this for the other signs, like to maybe even the all signs to be like, oh, this is where the planets are this month. This is what planet is in retrograde. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Um, and so I see with your career and destiny, like you might have like a lot of regrets, but it's almost like cleaning up, you know? So it's like, oh, back in 2012, I did this way. It didn't work. Um, in 2024 or 2025, 2026, I'm going to do it this way and it's going to work. And it's sort of like I've always had this issue. I don't know if you guys remember or even ever watched it, but the original Pokemon cartoon, it was for kids, so it was very like repetitive and very formulaic. And so basically, the premise of the show is like there's a new Pokemon somewhere in some town, a part of their journey, and then uh, Pikachu or Ash uses Pikachu to shock it with electricity. Maybe I should say Pikachu because maybe it's a copyright. Pikachu, probably a new. There'll probably be a whole new Pokemon and Pokemon series from that one name. Would like shock whatever Pokemon it was, and then Team Rocket would try to steal Pikachu, and they would always fail because they're the villains. It's supposed to be like cat and mouse. They're supposed to be like a Tom and Jerry segment. They have a cat Pokemon. Pikachu is a mouse. So, but I would get so frustrated because they would literally almost succeed every episode, other than some type of like Deus Ex Machina situation. Because Ash is the main character. And I get it's a TV show, and these are frustrations from 30 years ago. So maybe this is my Knight of Swords looking back in anger. It's something in the past. But I was like, if they just tried the exact same thing that, like, literally, I would be watching the show so frustrated for Jesse and James. Being like, if they literally just tried to do what they just did again, like a second time, it would probably succeed. Like, just try, dust yourself off and try again, Jesse and James. Like, what are you doing? So that's sort of like the Five of Cups. It's like dust yourself off, try again. You wanted to be a hedge fund manager, you wanted to be, the manager at a grocery store, you put in an application somewhere, you applied for a school or program or college or whatever, you didn't get in, just try again. And I see that you have a lot of helpful friends, air sign friends, Aquarius friends that are willing to help you out, even though they know you spend way too much money. Secretly or on your own time, you just like piss away money. But you have Aquarius friends who are willing to help you. And that's the thing too, because like even like that's why I think that like I've been kind of dragging my feet on recording these videos because I'm like, well, I can't record them all in one day, because I'll be like angry and frustrated. Um, but I was like, well, no, they definitely add guidance. Even like I'm recording this date of recording Monday, November 18th, 2024. So even though this reading is for June 2025, I was like having a lot of questions in my own mind, especially about air signs that I used to hang out with and know. And I'm like, should I call this person? Should I hang out with that person? How this person is doing? And even though this reading is for like 6 months into the future, it's still giving me a bunch of information about these air sign people. So maybe they're not ready to reconcile or be a part of my life right now, in November 2024, but maybe they will be in June 2025, as I'm seeing like the Page of Swords in my 11th house and the Knight of Swords in my 7th house. And the energy that I'm heading towards is, or the energy that I'm heading towards, energy that Pisces is heading towards, energy that we are heading towards is the Four of Wands reversed. So it's like you might be inviting someone over at your house and not wanting them to be in your living room for whatever reason. You might have like a taxidermy dog in there, which is creepy. You may not want them to see like all your family photos. It might be cold for whatever reason. Or just you just don't want them in your living room. Like, end of story. Period. A lot of people have living rooms like that where they're like covered in plastic and you're just like not allowed to touch. So maybe that's something that you're working on in June. Alrighty, so that's what I see happening in June 2025 for Pisces. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and sharing with your best Pisces best friend, your worst Pisces best friend, and helping them get into an alignment and offering some guidance and clarity into their life as well. If you would like your own personalized tarot forecast, you can request that on my website, and I do it either as text message, a video, or a phone call. So you can select whichever one you like, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.